Understanding how much vitamin B6 the body truly needs is a crucial step toward achieving optimal health, energy balance, and metabolic efficiency. While the media and supplement industry often highlight high-dose trends, the reality is that vitamin B6 functions most effectively within a narrow, physiologically appropriate range, and exceeding this range can introduce risks without providing additional benefits. B6 is a water-soluble vitamin, meaning that the body does not store it in large quantities and requires a steady intake through diet. Its roles are extensive, including amino acid metabolism, neurotransmitter synthesis, hemoglobin formation, immune support, and hormone regulation. Yet, because the vitamin is active at very low doses, the recommended daily intake for healthy adults, typically 1.3 to 1.7 milligrams per day, is sufficient to meet the body's demands when consumed through a balanced diet. This highlights the importance of personalized nutrition, which considers individual lifestyle, age, metabolic status, and dietary patterns rather than relying on generic, high-dose supplementation. The benefits of achieving optimal B6 intake are profound. Adequate B6 supports neurotransmitter synthesis, promoting mental clarity, emotional balance, and stress resilience. It enhances hemoglobin production, contributing to healthy energy levels and oxygen delivery to tissues. It facilitates amino acid metabolism, enabling the body to convert dietary protein into energy and critical metabolites that sustain overall physiological function. For individuals with higher metabolic demands, such as athletes, pregnant women, or those with certain medical conditions, B6 needs may be slightly elevated, but even in these circumstances, the vitamin remains effective at moderate doses obtained through food or carefully monitored supplementation. Whole food sources such as poultry, fish, fortified cereals, bananas, potatoes, legumes, and nuts provide B6 in forms the body can readily absorb and utilize, delivering benefits safely without the risk of excessive exposure. High-dose B6 trends, often promoted in the wellness or supplement market, can create a false sense of more is better. Prolonged intake of megadoses, sometimes hundreds of milligrams per day, has been associated with peripheral neuropathy, a neurological condition that manifests as tingling, numbness, or burning sensations in the hands and feet. These symptoms can persist for months, even after supplementation is discontinued, illustrating that excessive B6 can undermine the very systems it is meant to support. This reinforces the principle that responsible, individualized nutrition is essential. The body requires sufficient B6 to function optimally, but there is a ceiling beyond which additional intake does not improve health outcomes and may, in fact, cause harm. A thoughtful approach to B6 intake emphasizes moderation, dietary sources, and professional guidance rather than reliance on high-dose supplements driven by trends or anecdotal claims. Personalized nutrition takes into account a variety of factors that influence B6 requirements. Age is one consideration. Older adults may absorb nutrients less efficiently, making consistent dietary intake crucial. Sex and hormonal status also play roles, as women experience changes in metabolism and neurotransmitter synthesis across the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, and menopause. Lifestyle factors, including physical activity level, stress, and dietary composition, further influence how much B6 is required to maintain optimal enzymatic and neurological function. By tailoring intake to these individual variables, one can ensure that B6 levels remain sufficient for energy production, neurotransmitter balance, and immune function without resorting to excessive supplementation that carries unnecessary risk. Personalized nutrition emphasizes both the science and art of balancing nutrient intake to match the body's actual needs rather than blindly following generalized recommendations or popular supplement trends. Another key advantage of individualized B6 intake is the safety and synergy it offers. Obtaining B6 primarily from whole foods provides complementary nutrients that enhance absorption and utilization. For example, poultry and fish deliver high-quality protein alongside B6, which supports neurotransmitter synthesis. Legumes and fortified cereals provide additional B vitamins, fiber, and minerals that contribute to metabolic efficiency and cardiovascular health. These natural combinations allow the body to maximize the benefits of B6 while avoiding the dangers associated with megadoses, illustrating that nutrient synergy and context are as important as the vitamin itself. This approach supports long-term wellness, cognitive function, and energy balance while minimizing the risk of toxicity or neurological complications. The long-term benefits of personalized B6 intake are both preventive and restorative. Maintaining adequate B6 over time can help preserve cognitive function, support mood stability, regulate homocysteine levels, enhance energy metabolism, and sustain hormonal balance. Individuals who consistently consume B6 through a balanced diet or moderate supplementation are better equipped to meet metabolic demands, respond to stress, and maintain resilience against chronic health challenges. Conversely, those who follow high-dose trends without monitoring intake risk undermining their nervous system, demonstrating that more is not always better when it comes to essential nutrients. Personalized nutrition encourages a mindset of informed, measured, and sustainable intake that aligns with one's unique physiology and lifestyle rather than following generalized or commercialized protocols. Ultimately, understanding the true requirements for vitamin B6 highlights the importance of individualized, responsible nutrition. By focusing on moderate intake from nutrient-rich foods, complemented by supplementation only when clinically necessary, individuals can harness B6's full potential for energy, mood, nerve function, hormonal regulation, and metabolic efficiency. Awareness of the risks associated with excessive dosing reinforces the value of moderation and dietary diversity, ensuring that B6 supports health safely and effectively. Personalized nutrition is not just about meeting daily requirements. It is about aligning nutrient intake with the body's specific needs, maximizing benefits, minimizing risks, and creating a long-term foundation for vitality, resilience, and overall well-being. In this context, B6 serves as a prime example of how thoughtful, individualized approaches to nutrition can provide powerful, sustainable health outcomes while avoiding the pitfalls of high-dose trends.